Hi guys, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm drawing just a dog, so let's get on with it. So I'm doing something else and I hope you guys like this because usually I don't draw just animals. I've only recently started drawing pets, but this was actually, I'd say, commission, and I was allowed to show this to you guys. So this is, let me introduce to you guys Charlie, and he is such a cute little dog, so adorable, so incredibly sweet, and so lovely and kind. And as you can see, he only has one eye, and he's just adorable. He's so cute. I just, that's just the vision I have with him. And when I see him, he's just so lovable as a dog. And I just love petting him. He's amazing. And I was requested to draw Charlie. And of course, it's amazing if, as a pet owner, you can have like a little memorial of your own pets, aside from pictures that you can make yourself, of course, because that's really, really easy. But she asked if I could draw Charlie. So absolutely no problem. So that's what I did. I got a picture from her, or actually a few pictures, and I was a little nervous because I have drawn animals in the past, but more like sketches and more like trying out what I should do, and they weren't dogs. The first dog that I think I drew was my lady and her pet dog video. And I've drawn a rabbit, I've drawn a crab, I've drawn cats, fish, but not dogs, I think. So yeah, this is kind of my first little dog there. So I had to figure out how I wanted to do things and make some little changes here and there to make sure that the line art was perfect and what the lady who requested, how she liked it. So got that all done. And I'm really, really happy with how it looks. I think even the line art alone looks so adorable. And as you can see, I'm putting a little background on it because it just adds more to the actual drawing. I could have done just the dog itself, but I really wanted to have a bit more in the drawing than just the dog, because it would be pretty plain otherwise. So I ended up by putting a small plant behind him. Now keep in mind, this dog is small. I think he's about the size of my cat ish. And I know the plant is not very big looking either, but I wanted to have something green behind him. I think it looks nice, and I think that was the right call to make. So done my little plants with pretty much how I always drawn my leaves, and using the 3 colors of green and kind of the standard pattern in it as well. I did end up making more lines in the leaves as well, but that's okay. I also added in, they look kind of like, I suppose they kind of look like berries. They're not, yeah, I suppose they are berries. So I'm coloring those in later too. So I think that is a bit of the easy part of this drawing. What I found harder is, first of all, making sure the sketch was perfect. So as I said, I used the reference to use for the sketch and done my best to make it as close to the drawing that I like the most, well, to the sketch, or come on, to the photo that I like the most, and made the sketch from there. And I had to make sure to add like the lines in there. So as you can see in its body and in the head and in the ears, I put in like hair lines basically. So when I draw my human figures, when I draw the hair, I draw extra lines in there to basically signify that it is hair and it's flowy and it can go all sorts of places. So I wanted to make sure that that was done for this drawing too, which I think worked quite well. I think really it gave it a look as if it had more hair. So I removed, if you go back to the line art, you saw that I started with like a lot of body fluff, and I removed quite a bit of the body fluff, and instead I've done the lines to signify its hair really. So that definitely improves the drawing. And done that, and then the little patch at the front, I just thought it was so adorable. And when you look at the pictures, you can actually see it's a little patch at the front. It's so cute. And once that was done, and once like the background was done, I started with like the berries. I'm just going to call them berries because they look like berries, and that's kind of what I had in mind anyway. And I colored them in with red. Now, fair warning for those of you who are using red Copic markers, don't go outside the lines with red. It is so hard to get rid of red from outside the lines. And yeah, you have your colors blender, absolutely, and that does magic, definitely, especially if you know how to use it. Yeah, red is just a very tough color, and this is not the first time that I'm realizing this. I've had this in other drawings before, where I opened the Copic marker above my artwork and it splattered basically, and that was a big whoops moment. Like, don't open your Copic markers above where you're working or what you're working on, because there's a good chance that you can splatter all over your artwork in places that you don't want to have that color or any splatters at all. So that's bad. That's really, really bad. Now, it wasn't bad at all for this. I managed to fix it. But that is my tip for today. Don't open your alcohol-based markers. I don't know if it's just Copics. I'm sure there's like this issue is with other markers as well. But don't open them above your art. Then I colored in the rug. I wanted to make sure that the rug underneath Charlie was a different color. At first I was thinking about a shade of red, and I thought that might look nice and give it like a warm kind of feel, but because I've already used the red berries and they're on the rug as well, I felt that it would be too much. And because Charlie is like brownish, there's a bit of reddish in his skin as well, but it's so hard to do that. Like, I don't have the right markers for everything, so I have to make do with what I have. And that's what I've said a few times before, and it's not an excuse, it's just like a matter of fact. So need to buy more markers. But yes, I used the best I could, but I didn't want to have the same colors in that rug either. I've used a lot of browns in like my lady with her dog, and even though it looks nice, it's like very cute and everything, but I felt like I needed to have like more tones in that color or in that drawing as well. And I wanted to make sure that this drawing was as good as I could make it, especially because it was for someone that I know as well. So it was just really important to me that this drawing went right, and I didn't want to have to redo it because that would kind of break my heart a little, because you spend like a good while on coloring it in and making the line art, and of course you can print the line art again if you have it digital, which in this scenario I did. But yeah, the coloring in takes time, and yeah, when most of it is okay and then you're having one patch and you're like, oh no, that's not good, you don't want to have that done. But thank goodness that did not happen to me. Everything went okay. I did struggle to see how to shade in Charlie at first. I wasn't quite sure, but I managed that quite quickly, and I'm really, really happy that I did. And I'm so happy that it worked out and it looks pretty much exactly how I wanted him to look, and I'm really happy with the end result. I'm told that the owner of Charlie is really happy with drawing as well, and that is what is most important when you make commissions, that the customer is super happy with it. And it's just amazing to hear. I just love when people love something that you can create for them, and that's just amazing. So really, really happy about that. Thank you so much for letting me draw Charlie. It was an absolute pleasure. He's such an adorable, cute little dog. And yeah, this is pretty much the end result, guys. So I'll show you a bit on how everything looks after it was signed, and I'd say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.